Yes. Welcome back to another City Extra stream. Today's a weird one, actually, because last night we was thinking about just having a normal conversation. Do you know what I mean? Just throwing in a bit of a mix of random City talk. But then news came out. Actual news, which is what we're thirsty for here at City Extra. We're thirsty for the news, for the content. And yeah, John Stones obviously is back. I think that's pretty chill anyway. But the big news, Ruben Diaz has returned, but Kevin De Bruyne has gone missing.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one. We're going to dive right into this one, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, man. 250 people in here already. Let's get those likes past 100, guys. But yeah, the news this morning coming out of obviously the training ground is that Ruben Diaz is now back in full training with the first team, which is great news and seems to be maybe slightly ahead of schedule, ever so slightly, maybe by a couple of days. John Stones is also back into training. But yeah, as Jordan mentioned, Kevin De Bruyne is nowhere to be seen. We don't know where he is. Is he injured? City just giving him a bit of a rest. No one knows, but he was not in first team training this morning. So
yeah, it'd be interesting if anything more comes out on this. I guess Pep will be asked about it in the press conference as well. He might have just been given like an extra day off or something like that. I'm not sure why, but it's a concern anyway when you're going into the Spurs game on Thursday. I've seen a lot of people saying that maybe it's not the worst case scenario. Maybe it offers us to, as we want a little bit of a change, but offers us to maybe switch things up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he is injured, obviously, which we don't fully know yet, but if he's not available for the game on Thursday, we've got a situation, and there's only a few options that you can do. It's either Gundogan or Bernardo, or you put Foden or Grealish in there. So, what do we run with? But, I've seen a few people, moaning about it this morning, worried about it. I'm not really that worried about it. You know what I mean? Like we've been in situations without Kevin De Bruyne before. We played well with or without Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin's not been on the best form recently anyway. So, I mean, this might be, the other day when we talked about the team needs a big change. Maybe this is a change that we.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It like
a little bit of a change.
Yeah. It kind of forces things to switch up a little bit. 1894 in the chat. Yes. It says Foden midfield. I beg. I'd love a Foden or Grealish midfield situation if Kev's not in there. But the tried and tested is Gundo Bernardo. That's usually what we've seen run with. But like I say, it might be a blessing in disguise. Maybe he has just been given an extra day off. He has looked a little bit leggy recently. So maybe he has just been given a little bit more time off. But I say extra day off, man. Like we played on Saturday and we're not playing until Thursday. So that's a lot of rest anyway. But I guess they are in training that all the time. But still, like you think, I don't know. I ain't a footballer, very clearly. It's just a weird situation, man. The fact that there's no news about it. I don't know if he's injured. We won't know if he's injured until Pep confirms something.
I'm not fucking arsed whether if he's fit or not. You know what I mean? I'm really not that bothered. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's maybe because of the way that we're playing at the moment?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You could drop Ireland and play Alvarez in the next game for me. I'm really not that fussed. You know what I mean? I just think we have to do something crazy in this next game and completely change it up. Otherwise I just think we'll just be more of the same. And if Kevin De Bruyne doesn't play, I ain't going to be worried one little bit that Kevin De Bruyne's not fit. That's not because I don't respect him. It's because he's not been performing at the levels that we need anyway. And we've been in this situation before without Kevin De Bruyne, and we've actually been really quite successful without Kev.
Didn't we start
I'm happy to send Bernardo and Gundogan, or get Foden in the middle, or get Grealish in the middle. I'm ready for a change, man. I'm ready for a change.
Didn't we start the 20-game run without Kev? Do you remember that 20-game winning run that we did a few seasons back?
Yeah, Kev was out.
Kev was injured because Gundo got back-to-back player of the months because he stepped up. Because Gundo absolutely smashed it for us. Like he got full Premier League player of the months back-to-back, I'm pretty sure, which is pretty sick. So, you know what I mean? And that's what led to a conversation back then that people are having a conversation now, whether they prefer the team without Kev in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then Kev will go full like beast mode and then prove everyone that like, oh yeah, nah, we need Kev in the side. That's just usually what happens. So yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried in the sense that Kev's out for this game. I'd be concerned if he was out for. If it came out that he was out for a long time, I'd be concerned about that because I do think he'll be important, especially in the Champions League and stuff like that. So, but like I say, we wanted a change going into the Spurs game, and this could force something. I mean, all our play runs through Kev. It could force something to switch up a little bit.
And don't forget, we played against Chelsea the other day with no Kev. We did all right. You know what I mean? So if there's anyone out there is panicking, Oh, I'm panicking. I wouldn't panic, man. You know what I mean? This team is more than capable of winning football matches. Um, winning football matches without Kevin De Bruyne. So I ain't really worried about that. The only other thing that I would then come on to is whether or not you play Diaz or not, because I don't play him right now. I don't. You know what I mean? I stick with Laporte and Stones. That's been what I've been saying for a long time, and that's my centre back partnership. I think it's good to have him in around the squad, and I do think at some point I would look to integrate him back in. But for me, as I've mentioned previously, the one thing that I'm looking for now is to get this team creating chances, and the best way you do that is by playing your two best centre halves on the ball, and that's Laporte and Stones. So I think Diaz returning is massive. I think he'll be massive in the dressing room, help us out, coming on with last 10, 15 minutes to go, helping see out games. But right now, my main issue with this team is that we don't create chances. And the best way that you can create chances is with John Stones and Laporte. But Diaz is interesting. And I wouldn't, like Ryan says, Diaz is a must. And I wouldn't argue with someone if they want Diaz in there. It's just that for me right now, I want to see creativity. And the way you get creativity out of this team is by playing John Stones and Laporte.
Yeah, I like the idea of playing Stones and Diaz in the sense that you get that fine balance back. And I'd love to see that partnership come back, the Stones and Diaz partnership. He's definitely a leader, and it's that I feel like that's something as well that we have missed out on, as well as the creativity. So there is like a mix in that. Do you know what I mean? Like in the sense of the creativity has been shit, but also the leadership in the team has been shit. So, and the thing is with Thursday, maybe. I know he's back in full training now, so does that mean he'd be ready for Thursday? I don't know if Pep would full send him. I think because as much as you can be fit, there's a difference between fit and match fit. Like his match sharpness might be a bit off. I think it might just full send him back into the team. But personally, I think he'll go Stones, Laporte. I'd like him to go Stones, Laporte. Like I say, more so just so that you can see a bit more to see if it works and helps our creativity going forward. But if he did play Diaz and Stones or Diaz and Laporte the weekend,
I mean, I remember when Laporte come back from his injury. I mean, it took him ages to get back in the starting 11. I think it took him like 3 games or something. So I don't think Diaz he's got any chance of starting on Thursday. I'm pretty sure he'll be on the bench though. The question on Stones is whether or not John Stones is fit enough, because of course,
wasn't he having late fitness tests for the derby? Was that not a thing? I don't think it was a thing, actually. No, it wasn't a thing.
So. The thing is with Stones, obviously, he's been injured. He's just come back today as well, but he's more match fit because he's actually been playing games recently. So he might be able to start the game on Thursday. We'll have to wait and see. But this is positive news, man. You know what I mean? Getting these players back at a crucial time when the team is really struggling. Getting key players back like Diaz and Stones is absolutely crucial, and it's going to be crucial because for me now I forgot about the title. I'm forgetting about it. I'm not writing it off. I'm just not talking about it anymore because I'm just focusing on where the next win's coming from. I mean, I see people talking about the title now, talking about 20-match winning streaks. You're having a laugh. We've not won like 3 games in a row for about 5 months or something. So for me, I'm just forgetting about that. I'm just focusing on the next game and getting a win. And then I'll be focusing on Wolves. And then I'll be focusing on Spurs again. I mean, and then
there's no point
like that now.
Yeah, well, that's the way we should be moving anyway. Even when you're on these winning runs, you shouldn't be focusing on getting another 10 games in the bag. Do you know what I mean? You should always just focus on the next game going into it.
When you run them winning runs, you've got the chest to say that you can do it.
Yeah, no, I get.
We ain't got the chest to say that now.
No, I get.
Win a game.
I get that, but I feel like something that is important in going with them winning runs is the fact that you take it game by game. I mean, that's crucial when you go through these winning runs. Like that's how you end up prolonging it because you're not getting ahead of yourself. You're just going game by game, and that's the way it should be, and that's where it should be with the team as well. They should be only looking at the next game. Like they can't get ahead of themselves and think, oh, if we beat this, we might. Like the other week, bro, after we beat Chelsea, we was like, oh, if we beat Southampton, then we're going to Derby and beat United. We were speaking like that, like as fans, thinking like, oh, we could be 2 points behind Arsenal, and look at us now, we're 8 points behind Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that, and. But then we could speak like that because we had the chest because we just beat Chelsea twice and we think we get into a bit of form. Mm-hmm. Whereas now we're in shit form lost our last 2 games. So it's like, right, okay, let's just chill on the whole how many points we're going to be behind Arsenal at this point in the season. Do you know what I mean? Like how we can catch up just game by game. Let's just get the 3 points, take it as it comes, and then we'll see where we're at. That's the only way that we can run it right now, especially with that the way that I guess the confidence is with the team. But like it's positive news the fact that Diaz is back.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nick Toll says I actually rate our lineup against United.
I
did, other than the centre backs.
Yeah. So the only change would be the centre backs. Like but even then, like if we had a Stones and Diaz in that derby day, I'd have loved that. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit of leadership and a bit of creativity in there. It would have been sick. But I do rate the lineup. The issue is
how people are still sort of like chilling on a Kanji and Ake as a centre back partnership. I'm like,
are people still chilling on it though?
Yeah, but I still see people. I still seeing people, man. I mean, I don't get it. What are you guys watching, man? Can you not see that these guys just passed the ball? I mean, Saeed last night on a big 6, right, was on the wind-up. But what he said was factually correct. We had, 700 passes, and about half of them passes were just Ake and Akanji passing the ball to each other. You know what I'm saying? You've got to have someone in there who can get the ball forward,
man. The thing is, with the lineup against United, like I said, the centre-back partnership, a bit dead, and the creativity is where we're lacking massively. Hopefully, like Lewis keeps saying, that the centre-back partnership will change that, hopefully, because it'll speed up our transitional play. But do you know what I mean? I beg, I actually beg that's what works, because at this moment in time, it's not working. The creativity is ours. To create one chance on target in 2 games is not good enough. Hartwood 179 says Diaz is the Portuguese company, in my opinion. He's the best company replacement that we've had. Well, the only company replacement we had. It was a thing that we looked at back then when we didn't replace company as an L. But it became a good thing because the person that was looking at to replace company was Harry Maguire. So it's good. It's good that we didn't full send that, and we ended up with Ruben Diaz. So yeah, I love Ruben Diaz. I think he's a leader. If he can get back to his best, he'll be a mainstay in the team. He'll be in week out.
Yeah. We need to, you need to get him back on form, because when he come in that first season, he was absolutely incredible, and then, people don't like to hear it, but he's never been the same since that first season. You know what
it is though? He set the bar so high. He did set the bar really high, so it is hard for him to match them levels.
But that's what the best do, bro. That's what the best. People was chatting, and I was chatting at the same time. Wow, this is top 5 centre back in the world. The best centre backs of all time. You got to do it on a consistent basis. John Terry. Vidic, Ferdinand. These guys done it for years. You can't just do it for 1 year. I need Diaz to get back to that season, that first season when he come in and he was absolute monster. He was evil. I need him to be back at those levels. And I'm not saying he's been bad. I'm far from saying he's been bad. But, the best centre-backs in the world can do it year in, year out and can maintain that world-class level. And I need Ruben Diaz to get back to that level. And obviously, he's not had it easy, because there's been a lot of change in this squad over the last years, over the last 2 years. So he's not had it easy, but I'm backing him to get back up there. And as I said, whilst I am going John Stones Laporte, I'm only going John Stones Laporte as a short-term situation. I'm doing that to force creativity and get my team some chances and some goals. In the medium term, I am looking to integrate Ruben Diaz back into this team, whether it be him and Stones, who've had a great partnership, or him and Laporte, which you got a left foot and a right foot, which is nice balance. But that is something that I would be personally looking to do. But in the short term, this team is creating so little that I'm almost forced into playing both of my creative centre backs, because I'm desperate. I'm dying for a chance. I'm dying for shots on target. Yeah, but in the long term, I'm looking to get Diaz back into that team.
The only thing that's annoying for me in this season, and I guess injuries do play a part in this, is just the fact of the lack of consistency at centre back is almost a crime. The whole back line. That's what I mean. Like the defensive inconsistencies it just stinks. And when we watched Arsenal the other day, bro, you could sit there and you just knew what the Arsenal team was. I remember thinking to myself, like, this is never what it's like this season with City. You don't know what the team's going to be. You don't know what the team's going to be going into the weekend, which is why it'd been nice to get like a consistent partnership at centre-back, consistent full-backs like Walker and Cancelo back into the team. Like, it's nice to just have your foundation of a team that you know will be playing because that's your best side. Because at the moment in time, I don't know what our best side is because of all these mad tactics. I don't know what we should be playing. Like, we're on about changing it up now. We don't know what's going on. Like, and it stinks. It does stink. But hopefully Spurs is the start of something. And we keep saying this. Like, hopefully this is this. But hopefully Spurs, something can happen and we can see a little bit of a change, because I think it's gone on enough. With this creating one chance a game kind of thing, I like you would ideally full send Stones on Laporte for the weekend. So I think it is big news. I know he's not in the title, Stones, because I think the headline really is that Diaz is returning, because we know Stones weren't. We thought Stones weren't fully injured, like full dead. But I think it offers us something big on against Spurs to change it up, having Stones back and Diaz back. So like,
if you know something as well, right? Yeah, I don't know, you guys are seeing this morning. Someone made a spreadsheet. But this season we've had 11 different defensive.
I was actually just looking for that.
Back four.
Yeah, that's incredible.
11, and you know what's even madder? We've still not seen Walker, Stones, Laporte, and Cancelo in that 11. So once he runs that, which I beg he does soon, that'll be 12. 12. We're halfway through the season. We've had 12 different versions of a defence. Do you know what I mean?
It's criminal. It's criminal.
Hey, come on, you've got to get a settled back four, man. This is the basics. You know what I'm saying? Get a settled back four. You know, you've got to get, for me, I've got to get Ake out of there. And I feel so sorry for the guy, because he's actually been our best defender this season, guys. He has. But I'm telling you now, we lose so much going forward when he plays at the back, in my opinion. We lose so much. He's been phenomenal defensively. He really has. Take my hat off to him. But he just can't go forward with the ball. He don't got that pass in his locker either. And for a team that plays against low blocks, 90% of the time, that's a serious problem, man. It's a serious problem. Akanji ain't the best, but he has actually got it a little bit. He does it. He ain't clean. I mean, he does it, and it's like he ain't clean with it. He gets away with it, but he's at least got it, man. And I do feel sorry for Ake, man, but I'm getting him out of the team. Sorry. Sometimes you have to make a harsh call, and that's my harsh call.
The thing is, Ake and Akanji aren't our first choice centre backs, and we know that they're not meant to be our first choice centre backs. They can fight for that spot, and I get that. Do you know what I mean? They keep the shirt. Ake's been sick, and he's very good defensively, but the way that this team plays, we need more creative centre backs on the pitch. Hence why we play with Stones, we play with Laporte. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I feel like with Ake, I think Ake will drop out the team straight away. Like, I don't see another way that it works. I think Ake will drop out the team straight away. As soon as Diaz and Stones are fully back fit, he will become third choice instantly, or fourth choice, or fifth choice, whatever it is, because you'll have Stones, Diaz, Laporte instantly in front. Yeah.
No, factual. Nick Toll says all Arsenal need is one loss and it's back in our hands. Yeah, and of course they're playing United, innit? Who they got beat off. They didn't deserve to get beat actually in the first game, but they got beat in the first game. United on a mad form right now. I'm backing United to win that game, man. Obviously, I don't care about fucking rivalries right now. I want to win the title, and the only way we can do that is if Arsenal drop points. So I'll be backing United, as disgusting as it is.
It is disgusting. The only thing that stinks is, will your opinion change if Spurs beat us?
Probably not, bro. No, probably not, man. Because 8 points is still doable. You know what I'm saying? So until it gets to a point where I'm like, nah, this is actually, we're completely out mathematically, then nah, I'll still be backing it. I'm back. I'm not ruling out this title until it gets like
same. So it's mathematically impossible.
Points.
Yeah. So
not mathematically impossible.
But
until maybe 12, 13
unrealistic.
points. Then I'll be like, nah.
Yeah, 12, 13 points is unrealistic. Whereas 8 points, do you know what I mean? Like, as Nick Toll says, 8 points, one loss from Arsenal, and we gain 3 points. It's technically back in our hands because we beat Arsenal twice then, and we go above them.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like 8 points. It sounds like a lot at this moment in time, but we're very early on in the season. We are very early on. But is it the halfway stage now? Or are we not there yet?
Pretty much. Yeah,
I think Spurs is the halfway point. So yeah, Lewis Gillies. As long as we have those Arsenal fixtures, anything can happen. It's just until we get to Arsenal fixtures, what happens in the league at that point? Because as much as we can say, we have these Arsenal games, but we could drop more points in between now and them Arsenal games and put it in the bin. And then Arsenal could even put us in the bin. Because Arsenal look really, really good this year. They look really good. They've got momentum. They've got everything about them. It's fast. It's attacking football. It genuinely looks good. So they are a worrying sign. And obviously, with United beating us at the weekend, it's tightened second, third, and fourth up so much that, I mean, this weekend we could end up fourth.
I know.
Stinks, bro. This weekend we could end up fourth, right? And we'd be fourth and only 3 points in front of Spurs.
Yeah. The good news is Spurs have got exactly the same record as us in the last 5. They're equally just as shit as us right now. With only 2 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. So it's exactly the same form as City in the last 5. But, you know, we gotta pick ourselves up, man. You know what I mean? We've got the players back. You know what I mean? The injury return is good. Obviously, we don't know what's up with Kev, but honestly, right now, I ain't really worried about that. I'm just worried about getting this team playing a faster football, getting it moving the ball quicker up the pitch. You know what I mean? We keep the ball at our back line far too long. We need to get that ball moving into midfield. We've got to do that quicker than we're currently doing. And then once you get it in midfield, you got to spin and get your wingers into the game quicker. I mean, this build-up play, it's kind of tricky, man. Kind of tricky when you've got like slow wingers on the wing like Mahrez and Grealish. You've got to get the ball to them quick. Because if you get the ball to them slowly, then they're doubled up on rapid. Because you're building up so slow, we've got to get that ball moving quicker, man. And I'm telling you, John Stones on Laporte, I know I keep banging on about it, but I can't emphasise enough how important I genuinely believe that is to our team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially if he plays it against Spurs. It'll be interesting to see if it does make the difference. Like I say, if it speeds up that transitional play, if Pep can trust that centre-back partnership a little bit more to allow Bernardo to push forward and not protect the back line with Rodri, it offers you basically another midfielder. So I think that'll help us going forward. Ross in the chat has put, I think I'm bad luck when I go to games. Last time I went was Southampton away, and the time before that was Spurs in the Champions League. That's grim, that, Ross, to be fair. Like, you're picking your games and they're just not coming out for you. Like, yeah. That's not good, that, mate. I mean, I feel sorry for you there in that point. Mr. All with a 10 with a 2, sorry, says wing play impacts creativity more than defenders. I'm not sure about that, but I get it because, like, do you know what I mean? Like, the wingers just turning back and stuff like that. But at the same time, I do think the defenders do have, especially with our side, defenders do have a big part to play within the creativity in the side, because they'll play the balls through the lines into the midfield, so the transitional play is a lot faster, rather than having sideways passes from your centre backs to the full backs, then to the wingers. You're being more direct with Stones on the port, because they will make them passes. Ake and Akanji don't want to risk them passes.
You've got to allow your wingers to be creative, and right now we're not allowing them to be creative, because every time we get the ball to them, it took about 5 minutes, and therefore the left back or the right back is pretty much straight on top of our wingers, and they're getting doubled up on as well. So we've got to work out a way to get the ball to the wingers much quicker. Then they're not being doubled up on, which every time they receive the ball, they are being doubled up on.
There was a really good example of this in the Arsenal game where Gabriel fired the ball into the midfield, like proper direct, fired the ball into the midfield. He made the overlapping run as one of the centre mids drops into his position, and then did basically a little 1-2 and got the attack started straight away. And I remember me and you looking at it going, this is what City need. Like, and I don't mean City need Gabriel. I don't like Gabriel in it, but I mean like the way that they played that match. Like at times, it was like, yeah, this is what we need from City's centre backs. The risk taking that gives you that basically that forward momentum and the build up, and then you be more direct, and you're not allowing the team to settle. Like there's times in that Spurs Arsenal game where Spurs have come forward, Arsenal are counter attacking them, and they want to go straight onto the attack and get to the forward players as fast as possible. They're going down, do you know what I mean? And they don't let Spurs reset, basically. And I said in the watch, I said, if that was City, we'd have got the ball, recycled it, let all the Spurs players get all back into their position, and then build up going forward and just start again. That's what we always do. Yeah. We always do that. Whether or not that's something to do with, like, we don't have the fast-paced wingers and stuff like that, but I just think a bit more directness, and you can catch players out of position.
Yeah, no, it's and yeah, Joker Ake can't do that. And someone said in the chat, well, we can't ask Ake and Akanji to do it. Exactly. Hence why they don't play.
Yeah.
Akanji can do it. Like I say, I'm trying to be as fair as I can, and I think Akanji ain't the worst at it. I think he has got it in his locker. He just ain't that comfortable at doing it, but he can do it. But it's absolutely right. You don't ask players to do something that they can't do. Otherwise, you end up with a Stefan situation. You know what I mean? Which is a horror show. And we're not asking Ake to do it. We're not getting horror shows, but we're not getting anything going forward. So, you know, that's why for me is he's done really well this season defensively. But it's time to get the players who've done it before. You know what I mean? We need the players now to rise and step up. I mean, these lads have done it. They've won us trophies before. They've been in pressure moment, and we are in a serious pressure moment right now. So it's time to get the experienced guys in, the guys who've been there and done it. And that's your likes of Diaz, Stones, Laporte, I mean, your Walker, Cancelo. For me, the team pretty much picks itself, maybe by one or two players, which I'm really sort of like not really that fussed upon, you know what I mean? But we've got to get back into the swing of things, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. Or else before it's too late. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to see City free flowing by the time it's like we're already too far behind. Zerified, yes, it's Zerified. He said, would you have preferred to have already played Arsenal? No, because I remember when that Arsenal game was meant to be, I think we'd just lost against Liverpool. Pep trying dodgy formations and was a bit like, oh, good job we're not playing Arsenal. And then any time before then, we've not been at our best. I feel like at least we've got a month now until we play Arsenal to sort this shit out, like basically in the league. By the way, in the league, I think it's February the 15th. So we've got a month now to sort our shit, and it allows us that ability to say we have got that 6 points. Do you know what I mean? We have it's not a guaranteed 6 points, but we have the ability to get those 6 points against Arsenal. Had we already played Arsenal was in this position, that'd be in the bin. It'd be firmly in the bin.
Exactly, but again, just focus on that next game. You know what I mean? Let's focus on Spurs, man, and let's just try and win the fucking game. And then, you know, let's not get gas. You know what I mean? Let's just stay level-headed and just stay humble, man. And you know what I mean? Like, accept that right now we ain't a team that's firing, and we are a team that is honestly we are struggling right now. So let's just see if we can win the game, and then we'll move on Wolves, and then we'll talk about Wolves, and then we'll try again and just get the win. And then boom, suddenly you've done a back-to-back. Then you're looking at Spurs again, whose form is stinky. You know what I mean? But it quickly builds. This is what I'm saying. This is why momentum is so key in this sport, because you can go from everyone feeling down, depressed, and the morale on the floor, like after the United game, or even after the Southampton game, to within a week, we could be sat there next weekend. You know what I mean? Having beat Spurs, Wolves, Spurs, and everyone going, "We're gonna fucking do this." You know what I mean? We're going to fucking do it. We're going to come back and fucking do it. But it's got to start on Thursday.
Yeah, it has.
It's got to start on Thursday. We just have to go out there and whatever way possible, get that win. But you need to see a little bit. I say whatever way possible. Yes, the win is absolutely crucial. But we also need to see some signs that the old Man City is back. And that's creating chances and getting the ball into Erling Haaland to allow him to score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got to start to improve.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's funny because we said, like, again before the United game, we're like, the time for words is done. It's time for action. But this is like more urgently time for action. Like we need to step up now because we're gonna find ourselves just falling off. Benno would have once been nice. I've watched 3 Saturday games at work now, and we've lost all 3. Benno, you need to stop watching these games at work, man. At least we're not playing on Saturday this week, innit? We're not playing on Saturday this week, so you're absolutely chill. Mr. Up again with a 2. You want counter-attacking, you know that's not Pep. Yeah, I know, I understand that's not Pep. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's always.
Why did you say you want counter-attack?
No, I said that Arsenal were counter-attacking, like basically against Spurs and catching them out. And I said because they were being more direct with the play. Because it speeds it up. Like, I firmly understand that we don't play counter-attacking football, but it'd be nice to add. It'd be nice to capitalise sometimes when they're committing men forward, or we break their press. That's a way of building up from the back. They're heavy pressing us. We play through that press, we break the press, and then we go on the attack. Whereas right now, because we recycled the ball so much, all the opposition players, they all end up back in their positions, and then it becomes even more of a difficult task to break them down.
Yeah. Exactly. And the thing is as well, I mean, do you remember like when we still do it now, but we don't really take full advantage, is when like Edison's got the ball and Stones, Laporte, Diaz, whoever it is, drop really deep, and we play that super risky game, but we always seem to come out of it looking good and moving up the pitch. We don't really do that as much now or as effective. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just think today is a massive, massive day because the news that John Stones and Diaz are back in training is absolutely incredible.
I think it's big.
It's time to say Kanji and Ake, cheers, lads. You know what I mean? You're now on the bench for a little bit. Thanks for everything you've done for us. And get these 3 in with whatever combination you want. You know what I mean? I would prefer Stones and Laporte right now. But if you want Diaz, Stones, Diaz, Laporte, I'm kind of game for it. I think you need to get Stones in there. I think he's on the ball, he's our best defender, so I think he should be in there. But either way, any mix of them 3 really, and I'm pretty calm. And if you get a solid back 4 and just run that back 4 for a couple of weeks and not mess about with it, injuries obviously are permitting, I'm so positive that the results will turn and we'll get some consistent results. We can't keep changing it up.
Yeah, we need a foundation, man. We need a foundation where we can go into a team and go, right, well, these are going to play. Because we know these are going to play. Do you know what I mean? Our only foundation that we have at this moment in time is Rodri. We know Rodri plays every game, so we just know it's Rodri. Other than that, it's whatever you want. Rodri and Haaland, basically. That's basically it. Massam, yes, with the 2 says, I want a couple of dirty 1-goal wins. Some 1-0 City wins. As long as we're performing.
I'm happy with that, but I need to see some improvement in the performance.
I don't want one dirty 1-goal wins where we've had 1 shot on target.
Yeah,
I don't know that shit.
You're just winging it. You know what I mean? We need to get the one. If you want a 1-0, we need to get a 1-0 where we're coming away going, look how many chances we're creating. We're really unlucky. Better finishing, good goalkeeping, that sort of thing. Because otherwise, if you're doing the same shit where you're just having 1 shot on target,
nothing
it won't last forever.
Yeah,
and eventually, you'll be back to square one, and you'll be losing football matches again. So I need to see a bit of an improvement against Spurs. I need to see some chance creation, and I want to see this team show me that they want to fight. They want to fight for it.
Hartman was nice. United fan in the chat still living in the 2000s. I haven't actually seen that. Steve Grimes in the chat there said, we can't just turn shit overnight. We need to get back to the quick passing game. A solid 7 to 8 players, same every game. Foundations for the dub. You are right. It is building the foundations of the team and just knowing what to expect when you're going into your side. Also, I've seen someone before. I can't remember who it is. I apologise. It's Valentin. He says, bring back Cancelo number 27. He says Sterling left and Kirsten number 7. Can someone just go and stick a 2 on Cancelo's back so he becomes 27 Cancelo again? Because number 7 Cancelo ain't hitting. Like we need to add that number 2 back to him. But yeah, I think Spurs is such a massive game, and it's funny actually because last night I didn't expect us to be speaking about Spurs so soon. We was like, yeah, we know when we don't want to talk about Spurs, but it's got to happen. But I'm kind of glad we've started talking about it now. It kind of gets it out of the way, so it's a little less of a shock. There is some news, bro. There is some news, which is a bit left side anyway, because I didn't think this would be it. But apparently, There's nothing to do with Spurs, by the way. Barcelona have serious interest in signing City's Ilkay Gundogan on a free transfer at the end of the season. That's Mike McGrath as well.
Yeah, I think it would happen.
So it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. And also, Bernardo will be fuming. Because he'll be like, you know what I mean? Bernardo wanted to go there, but then they're going, yeah, we'll go get Gundo for free.
Yeah, is that a deal? Is that a contract? Yeah. No, I think that happens.
Because he can sign that now, can't he? He can sign it right. Like, Gundo could sign that right now. He can sign that at any point from now until the summer, innit? Because he's a pre-contract agreement. Yeah. The FIFA driller.
I think that. I think that's will happen. I think he leaves in the summer. You know what I mean? I think he'll go. He'll be 33 in October. You know what I mean? So I think he goes. I think Bernardo goes in the summer, and I think we completely rejuvenate our midfield. I think we completely rejuvenate it, and it needs rejuvenated as well, man, because it's slow.
It's slow, man. Slow.
So yeah, there we go, man. Interesting, but yeah, big day in terms of City news there. You know what I mean? Diaz returns, John Stones returns. Great news. Little bit of a disappointing news is that Kevin De Bruyne out of training today. We've not heard why. So you know what I mean? Don't panic too much. Don't panic anyway, because you know what I mean. As we've already mentioned, I think we'll be fine. And yeah, let's just see what we do on Thursday.
Yeah, like it could just be having a day off, man. Like he might be full send. Yes, Duke in the chat says tough watch. It'll be on Thursday, without a doubt.
Well, it's up to this team to make it not a tough watch. And Pep Guardiola with the team selection. It's down to Pep now for me. I think the players are doing as much as they can with the personnel that's on the pitch. I think it's up to Pep Guardiola now to get this team selection correct. And the easiest thing for him to do to get us results is just to go back to basics, go back to old school and play the team that has got him so much success over the recent years and stop messing about with it. Yeah,
basics, innit? Bro, I'll tell you now, the best thing Pep could do is just ring Fabian Delph. If you just rang Fabian Delph and asked him, get him in. You know what I mean? Let's get Burrell in the bin. Let's get Fabian Delph in. He can be the new Arteta. Yeah. And then every time Pep looks over at Delph can just go basics. That's all. You know what I mean? He's employed to say one word or two. The basics. That's it. And then he can go sick in the dressing room. I'd full send that be. Send a bit, Burrell, mate. You don't do enough. He probably does a lot. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, well, there we go then, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I could say it's a good day, man. It's some good news. We're getting good news out of training there. That for me is absolutely crucial with the defenders coming back. Doper with a 5 says, need help deciding on a kit to buy. Venezia's FC away or Leones Negro's home kit. Any thoughts? That Venezia one.
The Venezia one is unreal. I'd go with that.
Yeah, that's some nice top, bro.
Let me have a look at the Leones. Oh, that's quite nice as well, to be fair.
I don't like that one.
But I'd prefer that. It's a bit hectic, that one. I'd be going I'd be going with the Venezia kit, hands down. It's unreal. Isn't it Kappa as well?
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, you've got to get. Oh, the away one though. The away one.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
I like
which one?
No, Venezia away. It is he wants. Oh, it's the white one. Yeah, I've never. I've never actually seen that one before. Yeah, that's you know it's gonna be a banger when it's Venezia anyway. That's that's nice as well. I like the home kits. The home kit that they've got as well. That's decent. So, dope, mate. I'd be going with the Venezia one. Hands down, it's always a banker.
Yeah, no, I agree. Guys, remember, tonight we're going to do a watch-along. It's Liverpool versus Wolves in the FA Cup replay. Really interesting watch, actually, because we play Wolves at the weekend. So we can get a little scouting done there on Wolves, and Liverpool right now are absolutely arse, so they might get knocked out, which will be funny, and it'll help us all chill us up. But yeah, you know, we are playing Wolves at the weekend, man, so I think it'll be good to do a little watch-along and see what they're saying in preparation for that as well. Then tomorrow, we got the Italian Super Cup, AC Milan versus Inter Milan at 7 p.m. UK time. Going to get a little Rafael Leao watch along there as well. So again, nice little watch along there for tomorrow night. Thursday, another watch along. Manchester City taking on Tottenham, and then we go into the weekend, which is just absolutely crazy. So I'll tell you about that later on.
Yeah, there's a poster for the next couple of days, and then there'll be another poster for the weekend because the weekend's full.
Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. So yeah, guys, hopefully join us tonight, innit? Join us tonight. No new signings, Steve, nothing, bro. Nico Williams stream will happen, Billy, at some point, bro.
Yeah,
The
well,
next day or two.
there's time to speak about Nico.
There's time to speak about Nico, Billy. So don't you worry, man. Don't you worry. But still building up the hype, man. Still a bit cold, you know what I mean? Build up the hype, and then you got to strike at the right time.
Some more 4K in it. You got to put propaganda on Twitter and that. Like,
that's it. Right, cool. See you tonight. Liverpool taking on Wolves at Wolves. FA Cup replay. Let's get a little scouting done on Wolves who we play at the weekend. And yeah, guys, we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.